Welcome back to the Strategy Meets Impact show here on ESPN Richmond 106.1. I'm your host, again, Philip Noel. I have a super special guest for me personally to have here on the show today, Zenobia.
How you doing?
Good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Again, there's going to be some people that see this and be like, oh, that's
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But for the ones who like, oh, haven't figured out who that is yet, give them an opportunity to hear a little bit about you.
All right, my name is Zenobia Bey. I am a native of Richmond, Virginia. Right now, I am currently the CEO and founder of a nonprofit organization called Community 50/50. It's a 15-year grassroots organization, and we focus on youth and families. Focus on what youth and families need through our 3 core programs: Lyrics and Beats, Third Sunday Feeding, and a clothing closet that also provides a wraparound service space for resources for whatever families may need.
Love that. And even for our radio listeners, give them an opportunity of where they can follow.
So if you are on social media, we're on definitely Facebook, Community 50/50. You can go on Instagram, Community_50/50. And those 50/50s are 5050. And there's a special meaning behind that.
You.
Yeah.
Yes, you know.
And our website is www.community5050.org.
Z, the work that you do for the city, selfless is the first word that comes to mind. Impact is probably the next one. And these are just quick thoughts. Love is another one that comes to mind as well, right? You have to embody those things to be able to give those things as much as you do, right? How do you make sure that you are good? Because I feel like you give so much. What gives to you?
God, family.
Truly.
Rest, meditation, and these are the things that I'm just not just learning, but learning how to apply in my life. And so just having that balance, you know, and understanding I'm human, I have a purpose, but also my purpose is not to drain myself.
Truly.
And become, you know, this bitter individual that has been soaked up by so many energies from the work, you know what I mean, whatever the area that comes from. And so just being able to, you know, be thankful to embrace that, because everybody don't get it, you know. And I think too, me having a mental health background, you know, helps with that.
And 15 years into it, right? Because 2009.
2009.
Yeah. So when you started in 2009, like, what was the vibe? So when you started it, give me that first year. What was year one like?
I don't know, man. We just working at a group home. A couple individuals seeing a need from the clients that were coming in, and just started doing things. Started with cleaning up the community, just getting involved and getting engaged and just being present to see what community needs. And I think one of the simple ways was feeding and doing cleanups. And so I worked at a couple of group homes. I was a child care supervisor, and a lot of individuals that I worked with at that time, we pretty much just started doing it together and just having volunteers come on board, and just it grew, you know, and learning.
15 years later, you probably impacted thousands of people, right? And so when you think about those stories of, you know, people that you were able to help eat a meal, have clothes, you did shoes for back to school, right? It's like when you think about all the different ways that you have impacted the community, what's been something that you've been like, I'm really, really proud of this thing that we did?
We see mindset shifts. Because, you know, everybody need help. Everybody need a leg up every now and then. But when your mindset shifts, now you can have that autonomy and do for self. And it's less of a, I need to reach out, you know, or if I do need to reach out, it's only for this certain amount of time. So when I see families, you know, that have progressed from maybe not having a home, now they have a home, whether they, you know, it was resources directly from 50/50, or 50/50 was able to, like you said, just provide that meal during that transition, or some clothes, or family with Christmas toys or something like that, because we partner with Toys for Tots every December. And so now we get a whole lot of toys that we're able to give to people that may not have nothing, you know, and that's what we focus and target on. So just being able to see during that time where we helped in that small bit, but then later on, it was like, oh yeah.
Be able to see that.
I think that's the most rewarding.
That's huge. And I know we have a lot of listeners who may either be from the county or in different parts of the city, right? But you are in certain neighborhoods that you find that there is a need for a lot of different things, right? Can you maybe speak to the audience about maybe particular neighborhoods that you put a lot of focus and time into?
So the city labels it the Big Six.
Gotcha.
You know, I'm born and raised in Richmond, so I just call them what I always known, Jackson Ward, Hillside, East End areas. And when I say big six, like some of the housing projects and Wickham Court, but not just limited to those apartments or those communities, the houses around it. Some neighborhoods in Southside now has grown to more Latino, Hispanic community. So we're being very intentional how we engage, because we want to make sure we're having that culturally competence and not just saying, okay, we want to come in and help, just still having that same approach. So really focusing a lot on the Jackson Ward and Mosby community here recently. And the reason why I say that is a lot of the youth that go to Albert Hill live in that community. And the reason why I say Albert Hill is because we work with Albert Hill since like 2014 doing various programs. So again, so just now just finding ways to have that focus and connectivity so we can see those results of, hey, I remember then, like the other day I was at a TJ game and I just seen some youth that we did some work with 5 years ago. Hey, Ms. Z, and just they looking all right, you know what I mean? Looking, but also they know if I need something where they can go, and so I think it's our job just to keep creating and having those platforms and programs for them.
See, you're better than me because like having stuff like that and impact is thrown around, right? Leadership, the word, these keywords are thrown around, right? The work that you do is so, even grassroots is a word that I feel like gets thrown around. Like the work that you do is so impactful behind closed doors in some cases, where people in their most vulnerable moments, they need what they need. They don't know who to ask. You're there asking for no favor from it and just doing that, right? Who did you see doing that when you were young, when you were their age?
Oh man, my grandma.
Come on.
Yeah. I'm getting teared up because I saw it, she fed this homeless guy. And whatever we ate, he ate. And I used to see the guy on our way to school. And I told my grandma one day, and like she built a friendship with this man. You know what I mean? And so even from that, he told her one day, but my grandma, if you knew my grandma, it's like, the story's not funny because the man was homeless, but it started from there to, she built a relationship with him until he got to a point where he was able to get a shelter.
Gotcha.
But he didn't take the shelter because he felt comfortable being in that tree-like area and knowing my grandma was coming to bring him food or cigarettes in that company. And so now I'm like 11 or 12 seeing this and I'm like laughing at grandma, you funny man, you told him, man, he should have took it, and she never went back up there since then. But at the same time, fast forward, now I'm learning about autonomy. I'm learning about person-centered. I'm like, that's what that man was feeling. He felt, so that's why I saw it, you know what I mean? And so even just my family, they always just have been a good-hearted people. Like, you need something and we have it, you have it. But also I see in the no-nonsense side too, you know what I mean? So I think that's what also my resilience and my rebellion in some areas when it comes to certain policies or certain things, when it comes to how impacts are made in community.
And that's why I feel as if you're doing great work of even putting pressure on people that are running for certain seats, right? Because you understand that, hey, whatever's going to happen at the national level election is going to be whatever. Who is it that's actually going to be impacting these kids?
And has the ability.
It has that. And so, like, when you're looking at the current election, right, and you're saying like, all right, I have an idea of what's actually going on, right? Where do you feel as if you can bring the most value to these conversations that is just needed across the city?
I think the people that we impact on a daily, when we have those spaces, allow whoever's, running forever, seat or whatever, to come to those spaces and engage themselves. I think that's where we have the most power. And we just really identified that in the past 2 or 3 years, because we understand as a nonprofit organization, our focus is community. And so we have to, be careful on a fine line of how we engage with, political figures and different things like that, because we don't want, anybody to think we're endorsed certain organizations, but we do want community to know these are the people that's in our community that you have the power to put in seats to make decisions. And so the more we learn more about civic engagement, we definitely build that into our Lyrics and Beats program. And have those platforms to where, policy and political, arenas are being spoken about, and learned and educated and bring in other community partners that can, talk about topics that maybe somebody within our organization can't.
Got you. And I love that because it's like you really are building and executing curriculums.
Yeah.
I've been following one that you do is like health literacy.
Yeah. So that was a grant we worked on with the health department.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about that.
So when COVID hit, the city got a lot of funding and it went to a lot of different organizations to do grassroots work around educating people on COVID. And so passing out COVID tests, information resources where people can go and get immunizations or checks or different things.
Yeah.
And so now whatever issue that was impacted from the COVID at that time, we were able to create and be innovative, and actually reach people and see what they needed during those times where the city just shut down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we seen where people relied on and depended in, like in Mosby, you see that community we was in, like we did a focus group from that grant, and we heard the residents say, like when everybody shut down, like them the people that was coming out here, you know what I mean? And that was true. And so we didn't realize the impact because that's just what we do, right? And we got the resources, we got to make those things happen. But like you said, to hear the impact of the work is really the most rewarding part of it.
That's major. And I love, again, that collaboration seems to be a big role in your space, right? So I just want to give you an opportunity to even shout out either your team or other major collaborators that you have that you want to just give an opportunity for more people to hear about their name.
Well, I was just recently speaking with Mike King about Miss Gurley's restaurant. She was one of the organizations that started with providing the hot meals.
Yeah.
We went from, giving peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and cold cut sandwiches and little Huggies and Debbie's, and she provided a hot meal. So Miss Gurley's restaurant, definitely. I vote for me when it comes to that civic engagement space and that also that social justice and advocacy space. We partner with them. RVA Food Justice Alliance, Elements of Heaven, a lot of cultural and agricultural and also cultural competency around wellness in farming.
Gotcha.
And so now we're teaching young people, the importance of that, and we're learning as well.
Truly.
So the Writers Den, poetry, Soulful Souls, TNI, it's just TNI Network, and there's just so many different organizations. Trump Miller Response Network.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be here all day just counting down, all our partners. RPS.
Yeah.
And I say that because we're heavy in Armstrong. We work with their senior class right now. Mr. Frank Threet, mentor of mine, me growing up in the city, and you know Threet, his father was a legend, and John Marshall, and he is the senior class president over at Armstrong. So we work with him directly to see what wraparound resources the students need. And so just being able to have that connection to a whole senior class, consistently. And then we provided the DJ for their prom and, pictures and things like that. So just stepping in their gaps and filling in the needs in different ways, because if we didn't, it would have been like more of a struggle on the pressure and the stress of the kids having to submit money for dues. So now they can know they can have a nice prom. But we have an organization step in and say, hey, listen, we take care of the DJ.
Yeah.
We got the photo booth.
Yeah.
We got the 360. Now they can free up money and, do other things. So again, just finding innovative ways to be of a need. You know, just really focus on that Maslow's hierarchy of need and just seeing where communities and individuals need things.
Yeah. And it's like, again, when it comes to grassroots, the heart posture has to be there, right?
Yeah.
But then I've seen you mention on social media a lot, like, we can't do this for free.
Yeah.
We need resources to do the work and then to expand and build on the work that's already been done, right? So what are maybe some fundraisers or opportunities that you all are operating now that people can have an opportunity to sow into?
So one of the ways we like to keep it very grassroots is really ask people to donate however much they feel that their pockets or their organization or their charity will donate, and we have various ways. So you can email us at 5050volunteer gmail.com, or you can go on our social media websites again, IG community_5050, Facebook community 5050, and donate. But we also run the $5 fundraiser. Again, we try to keep it very grassroots. We do a lot of fundraisers through fashion. So it's hoodie season. You see I have a hoodie on. And so we pretty much have a relationship with a young man, Leo Damone, and he focuses a lot on personal safety and situation awareness. But he also designs hoodies. Okay. So he just recently designed a hoodie called We Out Here, Community 5050. It glows in the dark. It's very cool. So we have that hoodie for fundraiser, and we're actually running a raffle right now. If you donate $5, you can enter the raffle,
Gotcha.
which will be drawn on September 28th at our networking event on 7 West Broad Street.
Come on.
And that's just really to help entrepreneurs and creatives to have a space to network in person.
Yeah.
So we're going to draw the raffle there, and you can win that hoodie for only $5.
Right.
But again, just finding ways to, one, understand the community is suffering and doesn't really have a lot of money itself.
Yeah.
So they may see where they want to help, or they may be able to come out, but they can't. But if they know they can, I can donate $5, that makes their heart space, like you were just saying, that's what we want to touch. We want to provide that for other people that may want to give to community.
Yeah.
And they make it, like I said, physically can't be out there, but if they know donating $5, it can fill that space, then we have that.
Got you. And when you you do a lot of work, and we kind of already touched on it a bit, but do a lot of work with going to the schools, like you're actually going and meeting with them, like they're in the classroom, right? But I just feel like you're probably learning a bit from them just as much as they're learning from you, right?
10 times.
So like, what are you learning when you're going and meeting with our young generation?
Vulnerability. The importance of being humble, the importance of being grateful for what you do have. That resilience, the younger generation, you were talking about the millennials all the way down to like, what is Generation Z or whatever? Yeah. It's like a certain mind frame. It's like, no, I'm not tolerating that.
Sure.
But they need also guidance. Like we need guidance of how to communicate it and how to, present it. Yeah. So I really learned a lot of that, and just learning how to be more open and free, because these younger generations, they on something different. But if it's not guided right, unfortunately we see what we see. Yeah. But then you also see the Quincy Wilsons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You see the, all the young, the different ages of different categories of greatness. There's a lot of scientists. And not to say it wasn't happening when we were, coming up, but, social media and different platforms are able to elevate those things. So we're able to see a lot of greatness at a young age, Yeah.
And when you are doing the work, like 15 years in now, right? And again, big, because that's a milestone year.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
To you, your team, everyone that's made an impact on it.
I appreciate it.
Do you have thought, when you're at home, right? How often are you thinking about legacy? The legacy of this work?
The legacy of 50/50?
Yeah.
Well, that was one of my reasons for really starting. My sister, she passed away in 2013 in Pittsburgh. She was a community advocate around like substance use and family. And so her work spilled into me too. So when I first started, I wasn't thinking anything about structure, putting any type of things in place so we can operate policies. I was trying to do the work. She's like, well, how are you going to fund it? How are you going to do this? So she helped me put corporate structure in place. And so when she passed away, I really understood the importance of legacy. Then, you hear about it, you see it with other people and things, but I'm like, I really have to keep this going. And it was something I do. So that really forced me to like learn more on the college level. Gotcha. I went back to school to get my master's in professional counseling. So
I don't know.
I'm about to sit for my test for my LPC.
Come on.
And one of the reasons why I put it on hold is because I wanted to focus more on this community-based side. I wanted to find the tables. I wanted to see what was going on in city and regional and national level. So now when I do go back and I get those letters, then I can be more of an impact.
Absolutely.
There ain't no money in LPC and LCSWs if you're at a certain level.
Yeah.
One thing I know, my dad taught me, at 8 years old, how to get money. And so I think with understanding the career base of LCSWs and LPCs, it's a different way I wanted to go.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to do is entertainment counseling. Like I want to counsel like those celebrities and people you may not see on the big screen. I want to be of that connection and support, because I feel like I'm at a point doing it now. With me being an artist in the community, I'm a spoken word hip hop artist. Yeah. It's a lot of things that I'm engaged in, and I talk to with different artists behind the scenes, and it stays right here. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they feel comfortable because they know I'm in that field, but then two, they know I'm a poet. You know what I mean? So I seen the power in that a long time ago. Truly. Even when I was in high school, I was on the school peer group or whatever, I was like, why didn't they pick me? So we look back, they seen something in it. So just being able to use that skill set and that gift, and use it in the timing that I know is meant for me, not what somebody else think I'm supposed to be doing.
And I just want to let you know again that it's needed now. I dare I say, more than it's ever been the work that you do.
Thank you.
And so again, I just want the people to be able to hear from you once again how they can help you. So give them another opportunity, because we're wrapping up here.
Okay,
so.
well, I appreciate it. Well, how you can help is definitely donate to Community 5050. You can visit our website at www.community5050.org, and you see all the work we're doing. You can have a donate button on there. But you can also visit our website. I mean, you can also visit our IG, and that is community_5050. And you can see a lot of opportunities to volunteer or donate, funding. And a lot of times we equate people showing up and giving a hand as, a check, know. And so be on the lookout for different events we may have. December 7th is our 15-year anniversary.
Come on.
And so
December 7th.
We got a couple of places that we're kind of thinking about where we're going to have it, but it will be downtown Shockoe Bottom area, somewhere. We don't know where, because we like to keep it centered.
That's where I live.
Yeah, okay. Well, you probably can walk and pull up.
Yeah.
So, but it will be December 7th at 7 o'clock. And we have it that day and that time every year. December 7th could fall on a Tuesday. We'll still do an event. And just having that power in 7.
Powerful.
The rebirth of going into a new year. My birthday is January 7th.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just like, just keeping it there. Just so happened December 7th this year's on a Saturday. So
perfect.
We'll have a good time. I'm looking to have 2 events. One at 1 o'clock and one to 4, and one from 7 to 11. So like more of like community. The other one's like turn up.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm there. Yeah. Listen, and again, just want to thank you for even coming on.
Thank you. No problem. Thank you for the platform. Appreciate you. Everybody from the camera and everybody. Yeah.
Thank you to Eve behind the camera. Thank you to Mike King for the platform.
Yes.
Yeah, Mike King, of course, just this great work in the community, just connecting people. So
I've just met him for the first time today, so it was amazing. Yeah, and I hear so much great stuff he does. So
truly. So again, I want to continue to be a supporter in any way that I can, and I hope to grow as a business leader and as a connector to be able to have an even more of an impact on being able to provide some type of benefit or value to your organization, because
absolutely,
it's something I truly believe in.
Thank you. I appreciate
and I believe in the impact, and I believe in you.
Thank
ultimately,
you.
as real as I can keep that. So
and I feel it. That's why I showed up.
Truly.
And congratulations to you too. All you're doing some great work too through media and giving people a platform. That's very important. Very important. Because my undergrad is in communication, so I understand.
Yeah. We get it. It's an art. It's an art too.
Yes, sir.
So thank y'all again for joining Strategy Meets Impact here on ESPN Richmond. Glad to have on Z, the poet. First and foremost, go check out. How can they hear any of your actual work there too? I want to.
Oh man, you can just all streaming platforms. You can just put in Z Bey the Poet. Actually have an album called The Awakening, Substance Abuse. That's out now, and I'm actually working on The Awakening Vulnerable season. So that's gonna drop like sometime next year.
Check that out. I'm gonna be tagging a lot of these different things, so I know y'all will be trying to write and drive. Don't.
Please be safe.
Yes, please. But y'all, thank y'all, and definitely see you again soon. Appreciate it.